Welcome folks, one and all, to Let's Play Armello, developed and published by League of Geeks in 2015 for the PC, with additional support from Screen Australia and Film Victoria, and eventually coming to digital tablet devices. Armello is a role-playing strategy game that flew under the radar for me when it was first being talked about. I completely missed the Kickstarter, but once it was closer to release I started seeing a bit more about it and saw that this was a game I would really enjoy. It is a turn-based strategy game where you play one of 4 champions vying for the throne of Armello through one of numerous different ways. No 2 heroes will be going about it the same way, and they'll do whatever it takes to win. Even killing you. In fact, killing you is probably something that they're going to try a lot, and it'll probably happen at least a few times in any playthrough. No 2 matches end up being the same, because of the random positioning of things on the map and the random cards that you get to do things. There's a lot of randomness, but ultimately things sort of have a beginning, a middle game, and an end game, and it can, at the end, it can definitely swing to one person's favour, just with a few actions, so you've really got to be aware of what's going on and who has what and what your plan is, and that's what I really like about it. So, without further ado, let's go and try some Armello. Before we do start though, I do have to say that while I've done my absolute best with the sound, some of the balancing of a few of the sound effects in the game is a little off. While most of the sound effects are pretty balanced to my speaking, there are a few that are very loud compared to the others, and there isn't a way for me to, in the settings, actually sort that. It's something that has been mentioned a few times on various posts to the Armello devs, so hopefully they'll be taking a look at it and sorting it, because while for me playing it won't make a difference, for recording those sounds will come through a bit loud, and I do apologise for that. So, if you're going to play a strategy game that's very much like a board game, it is in fact very much like a board game. I imagine you could actually make a board game of this, and it would work quite well. We need to know how to play, and for that, we need to play the Prologue. I have a game going, but that's only just to test the actual volume of it, so let's go into the Prologue. The kingdom of Armello is one of magic and wonder, yet a dark shadow creeps across this land. Our once mighty king has been touched by the malevolence of the rot, his tyranny and madness now threatening the realm he once united. Hero, by whatever means necessary, you must become king or queen of Armello. Though beware, the game of Armello is one of chance and treachery. No game shall be the same, and often fate, and your opponents will be cruel to you. But remember, it is a daring hero who snatches victory from the jaws of defeat. There are 4 stages to the tutorial, going from left to right in order, which will explain to you in increasing steps the mechanics of the game. And we'll also show you how each of the differences between each of the 4 base heroes. The 4 base heroes were released in the early access versions and various other parts, but then when they released the game, they released 4 other heroes, which aren't in the tutorial, but you will see them in play. So without further ado, let's start with a wolf's hunt. In Thane's story, learn the basics of movement and combat. We shall. Time to load. Armello. Welcome to the game map. Moon shine upon you, Thane. The elders grow restless. A dark scent taints the air. We suspect dark forces at work. We suspect the rot. A Wolf Clan knight awaits you by the gates of Southbank. He has reported evidence of Rat Clan activity. Perhaps they are behind the taint. We have sent a guide to lead you to the settlement. Though a talkative fellow, he's a seasoned explorer, and will serve you well. May your blade strike true. Snowstrider Greymane, dead mother. Let's go. Hi, Thane. Hi! Did the dead mother tell you about me? Did she? I know she did. I see her letter. Let's go! Yay! You're too enthusiastic for this, considering the peril and treachery that's coming. Just imagine Thane just reading that letter out loud like I did then, and then meeting the explorer. It's my turn. Indeed it is. Your first quest is at South Bank. Journey there by travelling from tile to tile. This is where the board game element comes in. Also, look at the art style. Really love the art style for this. And the music. Really like the music. South Bank is to the northwest. It's a lovely trip. This is going to be great. I see the mountains. That's not going to make it great. These are action points, or AP. You have 3 per turn. Use them to move between tiles. That number can change, but at the moment we have 3. By standard, you have 3. Try to get to South Bank within 2 turns. Okay. Potentially doable. Now, we can only move from adjacent tiles that are linked up. As you can see here, we can't move to these tiles because they're behind us, and this is the clan grounds. You are immune to all forms of damage or spells casting at you. Well, not all forms of damage. You're immune to cards being used against you in the clan grounds. You could still suffer damage in other ways, but we can't get to South Bank by going over the mountains. We could in theory. Whoa! Look at those mountains! I mean, I've seen bigger, but wow! They'll take ages to cross! They will. Mountains cost 2 ability points to enter, or action points, but provide a defensive bonus. If you are attacked while on a mountain, you gain a bonus shield dice by default. It actually doesn't matter if we go over the mountains or not, because if we go over the mountains it'll take 2 AP, but then we'll have enough AP to get over there. So let's go over the mountain for now. Can we rest? My feet hurt. There is no rest while we are trying to save Armello. Also what I like, although it did it entirely there, this is the end turn button. You can end your turn at any time. Okay. What I liked there, if you saw, was that the time of day changed. It doesn't change normally as dramatically as that, because there are more players normally. And there's a Kingsguard. This is your maximum body. It represents your maximum health, the first of the stats that you will see in-game. If you lose all your health, you will die and be returned to your clan grounds. At any point, if you die, you will be returned to your clan grounds. You will also lose all of your actions remaining if you die. The Kingsguards are neutral to us at the moment. We are not a threat to them. They are pretty nasty. They have 5 health, 4 attack, 0 of another stat that we're going to see later, and they have an item called the Hare's Halberd, which removes 1 dice from you in combat. But right now, we're not going to do any combat yet. We need to get to South Bank. So let's go to South Bank. You'll notice, Forest provides stealth at night. Stealth heroes cannot be seen. Another player could not see where I am, but they could see where I came from if they were watching me. They could also, if they were very careful, see faint movement hints that I'm moving to different locations. If someone were to attack me here, I would gain the element of surprise, and that provides an advantage that you'll see later. But now let's go to South Bank. Walking onto a settlement brings it under your control. Each settlement you control provides +1 gold income at dawn. Note that is at dawn. If somebody takes the settlement from you before dawn, you gain nothing. A robed figure bursts from South Bank's gates. They hold a bloody knife. A squire is in pursuit. "Thane, stop him!" she cries. "Congratulations. You've reached your first quest." In quests, you choose between a dangerous option for a bonus reward, or playing it safe. One of the elements of strategy in Armello is knowing when to take a risk, and when to play it safe. Here are the 2 options. This is the dangerous option. This is the safe option, because it's the only other option. This quest's dangerous option tests your body stat, of which we have 4. You will gain +1 body for completing this body quest. Completing quests also rewards heroes with prestige as their fame spreads across the kingdom. Your chance of succeeding is based on the stat being tested, plus 10% chance for each stat point. The minimum you can have a stat at, I believe, is at the start of the game is 2. I don't think there's any character that starts with 2 body. I think the minimum is 3. If you succeed the dangerous test, you'll gain the bonus reward, in this case, the Squire. The penalty for failure is -2 health. You can recover health. There are no, as far as I know, penalties that actually cost you stat losses. Not permanently, anyway, so you won't lose body, you'll lose health. Let's take the dangerous path and try for the Squire. This is already decided, this outcome. This is your chance of reward. I like this system of the little wheel of options. This is your chance of failure. This one is set up so you succeed. You step before the figure and block their clumsy strike. You grab their pack before they flee. A journal of scribbled texts, is that? Maybe. Scribbled notes, we'll say, tumbles out. Success! Your bonus reward is a follower. You also receive +1 body and +1 prestige. Very, very handy. If only you got here sooner. That beast attacked while we waited for you. He killed my master. That's awkward. We were kind of waiting for that person. Misery? Tragedy? Whoa! How can I go on? Well, you could always just go with me. Oh well, you're looking for a squire? I don't charge much. This guy could come in handy, Thane. You've got the gold, so cough up. This is your gold. It is used to buy items, followers, and trickery cards. And by buy I mean play. Because you have to play cards to use them. Cards are the sort of magical force of Armello. It may appear right now that they're a sort of external meta-based thing, but the cards actually play a part in some of the other images in the game. Click here to open your inventory shelf. Handy. Drag the squire into a party slot to recruit him. There will also be inventory items. Also, an interesting point to note is, I'll show you in a little bit, but we'll drag over. Firstly, they're all animated, which is really good. There we go. 2 gold? I'll follow you to the ends of the earth! Right after a nap. I need sleep. And my feet still hurt. There's not much more we can do. It took all of our actions away. Just to show you, if you highlight over... You won't see it there, but there's an art and animation thing on the right. It shows, if you highlight over a card, who did the art and animation. And the signature for them too, which I think is a really nice touch. We can't yet zoom on a card because we don't have any more. I'll show you that when we get it. But for now, we have nothing more we can do. It is dawn! Turns in Armello cycle from day to night. You earn gold income from your clan and settlements every dawn. You always earn 1 gold from your clan grounds. That cannot be taken from you. Hello, Kingsguard. How are you? Let's get going. You should read through the journals you've recovered. The denizens of Armello will provide you with rumours. Often you'll be able to choose between several of them, usually 3. This rumour will lead to a quest with a treasure, Poppet, as a reward. You really don't want to get the Poppet. This is your fight stat. It represents your prowess in battle. And Thane is pretty good at fighting. He has 5 fight. This quest will test your fight. Now the Poppet, as you can see there, after battle, if you survive, your opponent suffers -2 health, and you gain 1 point of a certain stat that we haven't seen yet. Let's go do this quest. Here we go. Sir, I gathered up some of my master's supplies. I'm sure he'd want you to have them. For a price. We should equip that sword and shield. They're sure to come in handy before we're done. You can also equip items and recruit followers by dragging them from your hand. The inventory shelf will open automatically. That's handy. You see there? That's good. We'll just do that. If we click it, as you can see there, it focuses on it in a very big picture. It also tells you a symbol, which has no significance yet, that it's equipable. There's the signature of the artist, and also a little bit of flavor text that I quite like. I'd sooner trust a hardy shield than any companion found along the roads of Armello. Let's equip it. As you can see in battle, the sword provides +1 sword, and the shield provides +1 shield. Perfect! Let's go! We're crossing a swamp. Today, tough walk. We might pick up a scratch or two. Indeed, it's been set up that you pretty much have to go around a swamp unless you take a really long route. But fortunately, yeah, swamps deal -1 health. But stone circles regain 1 health when you go in them, which is handy. They restore +1 health to those who enter because they're imbued with powers of the wild. The circle is cluttered with symbols of dark power. In the center, frantically packing up, is the robed figure. He spots you, then sprints for the trail at the circle's edge. Remember, this is a safer option in a quest. Completing this quest will still increase your fight by +1, and 1 prestige as word of your deeds spread. This is the dangerous option, which will test your fight. 50% chance, eh? Shall we go for it? And the clue? Well, we lose 1 health for failure. You know what? Let's give it a go! What's the worst that could happen? I'll tell you what the worst that could happen. We fail. Because if we try, we'll always fail in the tutorial. You go down on all fours, racing across the circle. At the last moment, the figure spins and slashes you across the face. You howl and he escapes. He got away! And he took the puppet with him! I'll be honest, I'm glad we didn't find it. I don't want anything to do with the rot. Ah! So this is when you find out that that symbol that we've seen a few times has to do with the rot. Let's set up camp. We can start trying to track him down tomorrow. Okay. Let's end our turn. We have had all of our actions taken from us, so there's not much more we can do. Night descends on the world of Armello. Hello, Kingsguard. Oh, okay, that's different. Thane of the Wolf Clan, hand over the puppet or be slain by order of the king. We kinda don't have it, guys. This is crazy. We don't even have the puppet. Why are the Kingsguards attacking? We've done nothing wrong. This is madness. Maybe the king's going mad. That's a possibility. Combat! Remember fight? Each point in it grants a dice in battle. Indeed. We get 6. Dice in Armello have 6 unique symbols. A sword is 1 attack. A shield is 1 defense. Suns are attacks during the day and misses during the night, so right now they're misses. And moons are the opposite, misses during the day and attacks at night. Wild rolls count as a hit, then explode, granting a bonus dice roll, always useful. Finally, a rot is a miss. That is not always the case. You will find items and potentially gain abilities through other means that will mean that a rot may not be a miss, and a wild may not explode, and a moon may not miss during the day, and a sun may not miss during the night. But we haven't encountered those yet. These are your opponent's stats. They work the same as yours. They do. At the start of a battle, both combatants show their relevant items, followers and abilities, while their dice are locked in. The Wolf Clan's affinity is the Knight. There are 4 clans in the game. There's Clan Wolf, Clan Rabbit, Clan Bear, and Clan Rat. Wolf and Clan have Knight affinity. Wolf and Rat, rather, not Wolf and Clan. My mistake. Wolf and Rat have Night, whereas Bear and Rabbit have Day. So you gain +1 dice when facing challenges at night. That said challenges, rather than fights. There are other situations where you'll need dice. A Shining Steel Sword grants you a +1 in battle. The Trusty Shield grants +1 shield in battle, which will protect Thane from 1 enemy attack. The Kingsguard indeed carries a Hare's Halberd, which reduces your opponent's battle dice, so we lose the dice that we gained for it being Knight. Now roll your dice. He's done pretty well, as you can see there. 1 block and 2 attack, but we have 6 dice. Let's roll. It'll roll automatically eventually. We did pretty well there. Very well there. Not bad. Nice animations, by the way. I love the animations for the fights. And now this one's going to attack us, because that one's hostile too. There's normally one that stays in the palace grounds all the time, but not in the tutorial. Also, the Squire's ability is that if you die, it dies instead. This one's doing a lot better. We are doing a lot worse. They're gonna get hit this time. Ow! We're gonna have to retreat because we lost that. The Kingsguard retreated last time because they lost. This isn't good. Did you see? We have a bounty now. The Kingsguard will hunt us down. We need to figure out a plan. Fast. Within Armello, darkness stirs, for signs of rot have now returned. A hunted wolf forced to withdraw, a rat slinks out to find more. And with that, we've done the first of the tutorial areas. But now, we must carry on with A Rat's Tale. In Mercurio's story, learn to play cards and navigate the perils of Armello. It'll build on what we previously learned, with more stuff. So, that was the first level of the tutorial of Armello. And when we come back, we'll do the second one. So I'll catch you then, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. And with any luck, we'll get that dastardly Thane. That wanted criminal. Because the king is in no way going mad. Oh no. Definitely not. He might be going mad. But don't tell him that. I'll catch you next time, folks. Later.